Good morning. So we're going to start, and as you can see, I have my faithful companion, Jasmine Taz. She is my wonderful dog, and she stays with me all the time. And what we're going to talk about this morning is that I have an email that I received from someone who has a particular concern about her marriage and in the area of sex. So we're going to get started on that. We'll probably get to the board a little bit later, but let's get started. What her concerns are is that she's basically saying that there's some difficulty with the desire for sex after being married. And I don't think she's talking about it in general. I think she's talking about it for herself. And that the areas, let me take a look at this. Her notions about all this is that it requires some outside stimulation, therefore it lies her dilemma. She says that for women, they want variety, and men don't want variety, they just want sex. All right, straightforward so far. The problem for her is that she doesn't want to have to do something more to have this happen, like put on exotic lingerie, she stated in her email. And she also reveals something that she misses dating. And then she's a little bothered because she says, why do I have to initiate this? So what I could do, which I'm not going to do, by the way, what I'm not going to do is come up with a cookbook recipe, half a cup of this, stir this, shake this, add this, refrigerate. We're not going to do that because there's some things here that are worth fleshing out. First of all, in her email, I really realized that she's experiencing, she's angry and she's disappointed. And she's talking on some incredible points that she may not pick up on. The thing about dating, first of all, I don't know anything about her age, how long she's been married, but she still has something about dating is missing for her. Now, when you look at dating, don't worry, we'll get to the sex part. Dating, what happens in dating is that you get together with someone, and the kid in you and the kid in them comes out to play. And it doesn't matter what you do, because you like to play. And life, listen, you just go for a walk. It's wonderful. You go shopping, you prepare a meal. It's terrific. Sometimes you'll go to a movie, or you'll go to a bookstore, or you'll just hang out together while they're doing laundry or something. It doesn't matter because it's all playing. Now, what I say is going on is somehow the child is missing for her and for him. And her dilemma is how do I discuss this? Well, before she discusses it, I think she needs to take a look at something for herself, first of all. That she may be the one who not only initiates this conversation, but leads this conversation. She might have to start looking at, what's missing for me that I used to have? Now, there's another part to this. It's a sex part. When you're having sex, or when you start initiating sex with someone else, in the beginning of our relationship, there's incredible intimacy. The intimacy has been pushed aside. And so they kind of think, well, if we have sex, that should do it. Sex and intimacy aren't the same. The difference is sex lasts, I think on average, maybe sexual foreplay, all that stuff, the orgasms, all the arousals and all that. 20 minutes is about it. Now, intimacy could last for hours. Now, I say what they both have done is they somehow have reduced the relationship to the behavior of sex and their orgasms, thinking that would get them the intimacy, or push intimacy aside, just let's have an orgasm. Well, you can have orgasms like eating ice cream. After a while, you said, gee, more ice cream? I've had all the different flavors, more ice cream. I think I'll pass on the ice cream. What's missing is the intimacy. Now, we're going to stop here, and I'm going to pick up on a part 2. All right, we're back to part 2. Now, what I want to remind you of, last time she mentioned how to discuss. First thing I'm going to tell her, don't discuss it yet. You're not ready, all right? What the thing you have to take a look at is you need to clear yourself to where you can have the conversation. And you can't clear yourself because what I suspect is that you're angry and you're frustrated and you're disappointed and you're disillusioned and you feel a little critical. Now, that will, no matter what you say, with all that, it's not going to work. It'll really dampen the response you're trying to get from your partner. So the first thing you have to ask yourself, no, don't ask. We already know you're angry. So you're angry. I would say exhaust. I'm angry about, I'm angry about, I'm angry about, and I'm angry about, and I'm angry about. Write all that out. No one has to see it, by the way. And then I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated by this. What are you frustrated? Put it all, get it, and see, all right, there's no more. Good. Annoyed. I'm annoyed, and put it out, 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 all right? Disappointed. Put it out, get it, get it, get it. Now, blame. I blame, usually your partner, you might blame yourself. And what do you blame them for, and what do you blame you for? Now here's something you might not think about. Is there an element of shame here? I'm ashamed that I have to have this conversation. I'm ashamed that this is going on. I'm ashamed that I have to even look at this. You might have something, you might have nothing, but let's cover it anyhow. So what you're doing is you're going to clear yourself. You're going to clear yourself, oh, you've got to put this down. No matter who it is, you're going to be critical because you have to do something. Well, if you don't do anything, you got the same thing. If you do the same thing, you got the same thing. You're going to have to do something different if you want something else to occur. It's that simple. I ride horses. You know what? If you want your horse to bend to the right or the left to do anything, guess what is the first thing you have to get the horse to do? Move forward. That's how it is. You're going to move forward, and you got to move forward with clearing yourself. Am I going to be a detriment? Am I going to turn him off even more? Am I going to alienate him by the way I'm talking? Am I going to become one of his critical parents? You know, here's a joke. My spouse's critical parent, played by me. You don't want that. That makes things worse. So before you speak, you're going to go, where are you? What are you like? And where are you coming from? And what's all the ammo you've accumulated? You want to know why? Because you cannot fire these weapons and expect the results that you want. You actually will make it worse. Good. We'll stop here. We'll come back to the next piece in just a minute. And you can see my dog is still here.